Hello, good day, welcome back. This time we are in module 15, second to the last module of this series. So I'm congratulating you in advance. Again, I am Dr. Venus Oliva Coloma Rosales. Please call me Doc Ivy. And for module 15, we will talk about data visualization. So our learning objectives are, first, to be able to systematically decide when to use text, tables, and graphs. Second, to know the anatomy of a results table. Third, to identify and interpret commonly used graphs. And then the fourth is to apply data visualization to school health surveillance indicators. But for this fourth learning objective, we will practice this in the exercises. It will not be part of this short lecture, okay? So let's begin. So in data presentation, we can express data in text, in tables, and in graphs. So as a rule of thumb, I will really start with text first. Can I convey something to a simple sentence? If yes, then I stop there. It is already text. But if it is too complicated to state in text or sentences, then maybe tables would be the best way to do it. If it can be communicated through tables, then we stop there. But sometimes even through tables, it's too complicated. So then that's the time I will think, oh, maybe graphs are the way to communicate it. Okay, so let's see. Data visualization aims to transform data into a structure that emphasizes trends, patterns, and other useful information to convey the results of your analysis. How do we then choose whether to present data in text, tables, or graphs? So you may consider the 5 factors here. First is the type of presentation. Is the data to be presented for a written form, such as a publication, or is it in an oral form or oral presentation, like a PowerPoint presentation? Is it on print, such as for a poster? Or is it a technical or academic report? So as a general rule, written reports tend to have more text and tables, while oral reports and posters or visual reports will tend to have more graphs. Okay. Second, the types of data to be presented. Is the data in counts, proportions or fractions, ranking, or continuous scales? Is it therefore nominal, ordinal, interval, or ratio scales of measurement? Well, our course here in surveillance, most of our data is really in counts and proportions. Okay, so therefore, you have to listen carefully which of the charts are typically used for counts and proportions. Third, what is the purpose of the analysis? Do we seek to describe or summarize data? Are we comparing groups? Or are we demonstrating relationships, showing trends and patterns? Or are we forecasting or predicting outcomes? Fourth, what is the information being emphasized? This is related to the third point. Is it simply to describe? Or are we highlighting a change, a rapid increase in cases, for example, or decrease in counts, a changing trend? Fifth, who is the audience? Is it your bosses? Is it the authorities, professionals, or is it the general public, your parents and students? The level of detail and the design of your visualization will depend on the end users of the data visualization. In general, very simple data are best stated in a textual manner, in text. What can be clearly stated in a sentence will probably not need tables or graphs. So look at this example in table 1. It shows the proportion that is a case and a non-case. And they are, in a sense, they are mutually exclusive, right? They are complementary. Do you need a table here or a text? Maybe the text is a simpler way of saying it. The incidence proportion of COVID-19 infection among school children in Bagumba Elementary School from January 1 to March 31, 2023 is 26.6%. That might already convey the message you want to convey. Then if so, no need for fancy tables or graphs. Because the above table, this table, might take up even, unnecessary space and might be unclear and confusing. On tables, so this is the default in written presentation in publications. A table is a structured format organized with rows and columns. It has to be clear, logical, accessible, comprehensible, and should be able to stand on its own. There are critical elements of a table. First, it has a title. It has a table number. It has the variable categories and the units of measure. So this is an example. You can see there is the title, the table number, the title. You have the column titles, column, and you have the rows and the data itself. You have the demarcation lines here, these horizontal lines. And finally, you have the footnotes whenever necessary. There. So it is structured in that manner. It is clean and easy to read.